Alright, so back in Dash Garage, we messing with the Elco today, and I believe this is the problem. O2 sensor. So I did send a message to Holly. They got back to me saying it's O2 sensor, or it could be the O2 sensor. That's the same thing I was thinking. But they got back to me after it already showed up. So I'll get that replaced. Hopefully that fixes the problem. Because the problem, the car would run, it idle fine, but as soon as you gave it gas, air fuel ratio will go from like, what is it, like 12, 13-ish, but it'll shoot up to like 25, 30 sometimes, and then it'll die out. So I don't think it was reading the air fuel ratio right. But the problem, I believe the old one was bad, was because I was running it just open headers, and they weren't log tunes or anything, so they were real close to the motor, and I think they got too hot and probably burnt themselves out. So I would start it up and show you guys the air fuel ratio problems, but I'm about to work on it. I'm gonna get it swapped out, so I want to be working on it and it's hot, or start it up and wait a while for it to cool down. So I'm just gonna swap it out. I'll start it up and I'll show you guys it idling. Then I'll get on a little bit, see if it does the same thing. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully that is what's causing the problem. So let me get that swapped out. Alright, so got the old one off. You see it's all caked up. And the new one's a lot cleaner. I'll swap them out. There's nothing to get it off, just find the right size wrench, twist it off. It comes off. And just plug it back in. So I'll throw it on and get the car started up for you guys. Pretty much it. Left it unplugged just because you don't want to be twisting it, and messed up some wires while you're tightening it. So throw it back in. That's it. Start it up, see how it runs. Alright, so here we go with the first start up with the new O2 sensor. I had to clean the car out a little bit. See how it goes. Let it warm up for a little bit. Alright, so it's warmed up a little bit. Just give it a little bit of gas, see what it does. It's still learning it, so you see how the air fuel went up into the red. Do it one more time. You see, that's what it was doing before, but it's actually revving up before it went up that high, and then when the RPMs got up, then it'd shoot up. So I'm gonna let it warm up some more, check some settings, and then I'm gonna try it again. Alright, so even after replacing the O2 sensor, still not running right. Air fuel ratio still not reading, still messed up. So might be the map sensor. I believe this is the one that came with the car, or with the motor when I bought it. So I'm gonna order a new one. I'm gonna order it from Holly. Figured if I get all their parts and it's still not working right, it's probably something with the motor itself, but we'll order a new one, Hopefully it comes in pretty quick. Every time I've ordered for them, it's been here in less than a week. So order a new map sensor. I'm gonna throw it on and see how it goes, and hopefully that fixes the problem. Alright, so obviously still having a little problems with that setup. Even replaced the O2 sensor. So I just came into the office and pretty much plugged the SIM card with the file on it, or the tune on it, into the laptop. Just make sure I had everything correct. And I think I might just start from another bass tune, adjust what I have on there to my engine, and then see if that works. So I'm still learning all this stuff. Watched a couple videos, read up a little bit, and still have no idea what I'm doing. But it is learning, just trying different things. So I'm not messing with anything. I just pretty much plugged in what my motor was. I believe it's all stock injector, stock cam. I didn't tear it apart and see. I just did what everybody else says they do, just pull a motor from a junkyard. Well, mine was already pulled. Somebody else was going to put it in their project and changed mines. So I picked up that motor for real cheap. So I really don't know what it came out of or what's done to the motor. Just going off what they told me. So like all this charts and stuff, I have no idea what it really means, but it looks cool. So pretty much all that I just left the same. Like I said, I punched my info into the laptop on what I believe is on the car or on the motor. Just gonna put this bass tune back on it and see if that fixes the problem. Alright, so I think I figured out the problem. Just looking at my setup, and I believe where it says map sensor, had it clicked as a internal 1 bar. I thought all just 1 bar. So I know it's the stock one, or the one that was on it when I got the motor. So when it says internal 1 bar, it is talking about the one that's built in. So I got to run, grab some vacuum line, and I will get the adapters for that, hook a vacuum line up to it, and I'll route it to the intake. So I'll hook it up right here, and hopefully that fixes the problem. Up in the parts car, run to the auto parts store real fast, grab some vacuum lines. There's a couple different adapters, so I'll grab a couple different lines, and hopefully this fixes the problem. It's just a simple little overlook, because it does have the adapter for sensor, so that's good. But you gotta have the right sensor. Gives you a couple options on it. Not sure how good this will pick up on the camera. You have a couple different GM ones. Of course, the one I have, none of it fits that part number, but I did have it on the internal 1 bar. Just not realizing what that meant. So I'll hook it up to the internal 1 bar, and hopefully that fixes the air-fuel ratio problems. Alright, so here we go. So for the best. I forgot to get some hose clamps, but just zip tied it on there. But I have it all hooked up. So let's see if this fixes the problem. So it is hooked up to the internal map sensor. So let's fire it up and see how it runs. Oh, off the bat, it's a lot better. Last time it was running like 9 and 10, so now it's up to 14. So it's a lot closer to what it should be. So that's a real good sign. Let's see, it should still be a little warm. Hey, that's a lot better. You see it, it'll shoot up a little bit, and then it comes back down right where it should be. So I'll let it warm up a little bit, but I believe that was the problem. There we have it. I think I figured out the problem. It was just that map sensor. So give it gas now, it's not dying out. Tuck this somewhere for now. I don't think it's hooked up, so that shouldn't really affect it. But run it. I think I fixed the problem. I don't know why I parked back in front of it when I got back from the store, but I did. But see that? Those are the type of numbers it's supposed to be at. Still shoots up a little bit when I give it gas, but it's not shooting up to like 25, 30 like it used to. And when it comes back down, it's not trying to die out. So I'm gonna move the Camaro out of the way and then take it around the block. Still gotta clean all that up, but yeah, I think that's all it was. It was a mistake on my part, not understanding the internal map sensor, and thought I had everything hooked up, saw the sensor were hooked up, but that's all it was. Like I said, I still need to get some hose clamps, but it's holding on there pretty good. It's nice and snug. But let me move the Camaro out of the way, and I'll pull the Elco out. I didn't read the instructions all the way or fully understand out what it was talking about with the map sensor. So Elco is good to go. So that means I don't have to worry about it anymore. There's still little pieces I need to fix. Like the windshield still needs to be replaced, and some trim pieces and headliner. But besides that,